Today we're going to start our unit on solving equations. And this is one of my favorite things to teach. I love equations, and I love them because I can always check my answers, and I know if I'm getting them right or not by checking them. Okay? You learned one-step equations in 6th grade, and you learned two-step in 7th grade. So should you already know how to do this? Yes. So this would be a review, but we're going to slow down and really look at why we're doing what we're doing, because in algebra, our equations are crazy. They're long, but guess what? All of the steps stay the same. So if you understand why you're doing and what you're doing, then it makes sense when you do these long, crazy equations, okay? All right, so let's talk about the goal. Everybody write the goal at the top of your paper. Does anybody know the goal when you solve equations? Like, what is your whole purpose? What are you trying to do? Speak loud. Okay, that's not wrong. Find the value of x. You are correct. Find the answer, find the value of x. To do that, your goal is to isolate the variable, which is basically what y'all said, to get the answer, right? But to do that, you've got to isolate the variable. What does it mean to isolate? By itself. We got to get the variable, the x or the y or the z, whatever the variable is, we got to get it by itself so that it says x equals, and then the answer, 5. Yes? Now to do that, we're going to follow some steps. And every day that we do these, we're going to add more steps and more steps as we get into actual algebra equations, because these are 7th grade equations. Okay, so today, the first thing you're going to do when you have your equation, you're going to look to see if you can combine any like terms. If there are no like terms, then you skip the step. Did everybody understand that? Okay, if there's no like terms, then you skip that step and move to the next step. The next step, you are going to move the constant. Was that a vocabulary word on your test? Yes, remember I told y'all those are super important vocabulary words. You're going to move the constant by adding or subtracting. Now, it does say two-step equations, but some of them might have 3. Overall, it's going to be 2 steps today, okay? The third thing you're going to look for is if the variable has a coefficient. What's a coefficient? A number stuck to the variable, yes? You're going to move the coefficient by multiplying or dividing. So if you will follow these 3 steps today, then you'll always know what you need to do. Okay, before we start, I want to talk to you about equations. Equations are like a balance beam, okay, like a triple balance beam in science. Whatever is on the left is equal to whatever's on the right. How do I know that? Because it says equals. Yes? So right now, it's sitting like this and it's balanced. Now, could I go add 5 pounds on the left? What's going to happen? It's going to become not balanced anymore, right? But what if I add 5 pounds on the right as well? Would it stay balanced? So what you have to understand is whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other in order for it to stay balanced, in order for it to stay equal. Yes? Now, look at your goal. What is our goal? To isolate the variable. Where is the variable? Right here. Is it on the left side of the equal sign or the right? It's on the left. So cover up the right side. You don't even need to look at it right now. So if you look at my purpose, my goal is to get the x by itself. Then what would I need to get rid of? So what would I need to get rid of to get that x by itself? The 9, what else? And the 5. Yes? Now, we're going to go through and follow these steps. Are there any like terms that need to be combined on the left side of the equal sign? No. On the right side of the equal sign? No, so we skip that step. Now we're going to move the constant. Who remembers what a constant is? It's a number by itself. It's a number that doesn't have a variable. You're going to move it by adding or subtracting. Now, this is the part that confuses people. They always see the sign plus and they think they need to do the opposite, which is minus. And that is true 90% of the time. But truly, you're asking yourself, how would I zero this out? How would I zero out a positive 9? Minus 9, right? Whatever I do to the left, I got to do to the right side of the equal sign. So is my balance beam still balanced? Yes, because I subtracted 9 on the left, I subtracted 9 on the right. So I'm balanced. This zeroes out. Yes? I am left with 5 times x on the left, and 24 minus 9 is 15 on the right. Now I need to get rid of the 5 because my goal is to get the x by itself, and the 5 is still stuck with it. What does this even mean, 5x? 5 times x. Well, to get rid of it, it says to move the move the coefficient by multiplying or dividing. Well, you're going to do the inverse operation. It's being multiplied by x, so what are we going to do to get rid of it? Divide by 5. Now, why does that work? Well, we don't want to zero it out. Because if I did 5 minus 5, it would be 0. And 0 times x is, and I would have gotten rid of x. I don't want to get rid of x. I want to get x by itself. So what's 5 divided by 5? And what's 1 times x? So did I get x by itself by doing this? Yes, and whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right. Now, again, 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 1 times x is x, so I got rid of it. I now have x equals 15 fifths. Well, what is 15 fifths simplified? 3. Can I check my answers? And this is why I loved doing equations when I was y'all's age, because I love making 100s, and I could check my work. So here's how you check your work. You take the value of x and plug it back in. And you say, is 5 times 3 plus 9 equal to 24? And you just see if it's true or not. So I go, well, what is 5 times 3 plus 9? Is it 24? So then I got my answer right. That's why I love them. Good? Let's look at the next one. What is my goal? Isolate the variable. What is over here with the variable? 4 and negative 3. I want to combine like terms. Are there any like terms to combine? Over on there? No. I now want to get rid of the constant. Which one of these is the constant? Okay, ask yourself, how would I zero out a minus 4? By adding 4. Whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right. I now have negative 3x equals 17. I now need to get rid of the coefficient, negative 3. Yes? How am I going to get rid of it? I do the inverse, which is divide by negative 3. Do not divide by positive 3, because then x would be negative, right? I want to get it to positive. And a negative divided by negative is a, so that cancels out, and 1 times x is x. Now, the best thing, guys, if it's a fraction and it doesn't simplify, just leave it a fraction. My answer is negative 17 thirds. Now, you must simplify it, but that is simplified. Okay? All right, let's look at this next one. This is a good example of what I was saying. All right, so first, are there any like terms on the left? Nope. On the right? My next thing, I need to get rid of the constant. Which one's the constant, 8 or negative 3? So I need to get rid of it. Now, I have a lot of students that say, but Ms. Castro, we're going to do the inverse of plus. Okay, but would that zero out a negative 3? How would I zero out a negative 3? By adding 3. So you're always asking yourselves on those constants, how would I zero this out? Okay, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Because negative 3 plus 3 is 0. It's gone. I'm going to bring my 8t down, and don't change your variable. It is a t. What is negative 27 plus 3? Negative 24. I'm now going to get rid of the coefficient by dividing. So I divide both sides by 8, and I get t is equal to what's negative 24 divided by positive 8? Negative 3. And then, of course, yes, you could check your answers. Are y'all remembering this from last year? Good. Okay, let's go look at this one. Oh, that one has a typo. Let's just not do that one. That's my fault. Let's look at this one. Are there any like terms on the left? No. Are there any like terms on the right? No. My goal, pay attention, is to isolate the x. So I got to get rid of the 5 and the 2. Which one is the constant? How would I zero out a plus 5? Minus 5. Whatever I do to the left, I got to do to the right. Then ask yourself, did that zero out? Is 5 minus 5 0? Yes. I now have x over 2. What does that mean, over 2? But what does this line mean? Division, right? Equals, and 11 minus 5 is 6. Okay, let's talk about it. What is the opposite? What is the inverse of dividing by 2? Multiplying by 2. Now, a lot of you are like, I want to see, how does that cancel out? So I'm going to show y'all. You don't have to get it, but a lot of you want to get it. So look, if I have x divided by 2, and I want to get rid of the 2, and I multiply by 2, how does it cancel out? Well, when you multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. What's 2 times x? What's 1 times 2? 2 divided by 2 is? And 1 times x is? Do you see how it worked? Now, you don't have to go show all that. Just simply go like this. It cancels out. Got it? And I'm left with x equals, and 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, let's try this one. Are there any like terms to combine? How about the right side? No. I'm going to get rid of the constant. How do I get rid of a minus 2? How would I zero it out? Plus 2. Whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right. Ask yourself, does negative 2 plus 2 zero out? Yes. If it doesn't, then stop and fix it. You did the wrong operation, basically. All right, so I have x divided by negative 4 equals negative 10, because negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. How am I going to get rid of dividing by negative 4? Multiplying by negative 4. And I'm just going to show that cancels out. And I'm left with x equals positive 40. Do we need to do more of those? Okay, can we skip down to this one? Are there any like terms on the left that I can combine? Yes. What is 7x minus 4x? So I have 3x equals 21. Is there a constant? No, so can I skip that step? Is there a coefficient? How would I get rid of this coefficient when it's stuck to x by multiplication? Divide. So I'm left with x equals 7. Okay, let's skip. Let's go to the middle bottom one. This way. Are there any like terms? What are the like terms? What is 4x plus 2x? So I have 6x minus 3 equals 9. Is there a constant? How would I zero out a minus 3? Whatever I do to the left, I got to do to the right. So I have 6x equals, and 9 plus 3 is 12. How would I get rid of the coefficient 6? Divide by 6, and x is equal to 2. Questions? Flip to the back. Let's look at some word problems. Now, at the top of your paper, I want you to write output means y. So what do y'all think input means? X. Output means y. Input means x. You are going to have a word problem, and all you have to do is follow the words to write something that looks like this. Make sense? All right. We're going to go slow. The output, what did we say output means? Put that. Of a function is, who can tell me what is means in math? Equals. So that's where my equal sign is going to go. Oh, and it's missing a piece of it. It should say 20 more than. So right here it says 20 more than. 20 more than. What does more than mean? Add. Negative 2 times the input. Well, what's an input? All right, now we're going to go write it. We're going to write exactly what we just said. The output, we said, is equals 20 more than. Could I put 20 plus, or could I put something plus 20? Does it matter? No. 20 plus. Negative 2 times the input. So negative 2 times x. How would I write that? Negative 2x. Now, how many variables do you have? You cannot solve with 2 variables. So now look what it said. The output is 11. So what is 11 going to go in place of? The y. So 11 equals 20 plus negative 2x. Can I now solve this equation? Question. What side is the x on? Does it matter? What's my goal? To get the x? So I got to get rid of the 20 and the negative 2. Yes? Which one is the constant? Now ask yourself, how would I zero out a 20? Minus 20. Whatever I do to the right side of the equal sign, I also have to do to the... All right, 11 minus 20 is negative 9 equals, that cancels out, and I bring my negative 2x down. How do I get rid of the coefficient negative 2? Divide by what? Negative 2. So x is equal to 9/2. Could I put it as a decimal? Why not? Sure, 4.5. Do I care which answer you put? No. As long as if you use a fraction, it's simplified. That's it. All right, let's look at the next one. The input, what's an input? Of a function is equals, ooh, now this is a tricky one. 7 less than. I'm going to give y'all something and see if y'all can figure it out. Don't write this down, just look. Are y'all ready? What is, don't say it. What is 5 less than 20? I want you to think about it for a minute. Okay, what's the answer? Y'all are right. Now ask yourself, did I do 5 minus 20 or did I do 20 minus 5? So when you see the words less than, guess what? They have to switch spots. Does that make sense? Okay, so right here, I see less than. So this 7 is going to go to the back, and whatever's back here is going to go to the front. All right, let's go write it. It says the input, so what am I going to put? X is equals 7 less than. Don't even tell me what goes in front. Say something minus 7. So notice I left a spot for the something, and the minus 7 goes at the back. This is now going to go in that spot, yes? 3 times the output. 3y. Now, if they want me to solve this, they have to tell me what x or y is. And they tell me the input is 23. So where would 23 go in place of the x? So 23 equals 3y minus 7, and then we would solve. Are we okay? Okay, skip down to the word problem. To rent a booth at the county fairgrounds, it costs $42 per day. Did y'all just hear a rate? Okay. Plus a one-time fee of $85. Who can write that for me? 42x plus 85. Why did the 42 get the x? Because it's a rate per day. I probably could have used D as my variable just so that helps me know that that means days. So if you want, turn that into a D. Because that tells me that I'm multiplying by the number of days. Find the number of days Mr. Battle rented a booth if he paid a total of 337. So what would I do? Can you now solve for D for days? Okay, let's do it. How would I get rid of the constant plus 85? I have 42D equals 252. How do I get rid of the coefficient 42? Divide by 42, and I get the number of days is 6. So 6 days. It's a word problem, so I must label. Don't put x equals 6. You got to put how much?